Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our next episode of Hoopers, our weekly WWE/pro wrestling podcast. I am your host, Sam, and for this week only, we have our other constant co-host, Morgan.
This week only. Am I being kicked
Yeah,
off the show?
well, I gotta find something different to refer to you as next week.
Okay. I'm Morgan.
This week, you're Morgan.
Hello.
Yeah. And so for this week, we're talking about the Monday Night Raw from July 22nd, 2024, and the Friday Night SmackDown from July 26th, 2024. And then for our weekly segment, we do the Legacy Layup. We are going to be talking about the 1998 SummerSlam Tables, Ladders, and Chairs match between the Dudley Boys, the Hardy Boys, and Edge and Christian. So to start us off, for Monday Night Raw, you have any general thoughts, Morgan?
Pretty good.
Especially when you look at it in the context of the two shows that happened this week is really quite incredible, maybe the best Raw ever.
The greatest Raw of all time.
The greatest Raw ever. And it got started off on a good note. We had that cool Gunther promo where he came out and he said that Damian Priest was still a piece of street trash.
I'm going to be honest with you, ladies and gentlemen, because I'm an honest podcast host.
Oh no.
Pardon how stilted I sound at the moment. We just recorded 2 minutes of this. And we had to scrap it because my mic wasn't working.
It was the best 2 minutes in Hooper's history.
Thank you, producer Evan, for chiming in. This Gunther promo that opened the show, live from Green Bay, Wisconsin. Not going to let you skim past that again, you Green Bay hater.
I'm sorry.
Live from Green Bay, Wisconsin. The first Gunther promo. It's pretty good. Comes out, he doubles down, as I mentioned earlier in our failed attempt to record this episode.
Yeah, said that let me hear me out on what I said. I meant every word. He's like, Horton here's a who. He said what he meant and he meant what he said. That's what that elephant said. He's like an elephant, Gunther,
Bars, Sam,
really.
bars.
And then the other part of that was that he and Damian Priest got into a scuffle. Damian Priest came out and he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna, tell him what's what," and then he just beat his ass, which was pretty cool.
Beat his ass
And
for the entire duration of the show. Comically beat his ass. They were in
really
a Looney
did.
Tunes like fighting cloud the entire, just wrecking havoc backstage, Tasmanian Devil style.
Well, the Tasmanian Devil was on Friday Night SmackDown.
Oh,
actually.
my fault. I don't remember much from SmackDown, and we just watched it last night, which is a good sign for things to come. Stay tuned.
So yeah, they're beating each other up, falling all over the place. It was pretty cool. I like Damian Priest and Gunther. They've made me like Damian Priest a lot more after what happened at what event was that where he didn't kick out?
That was
Money in the Bank.
Money in the Bank. I was just about to say that.
Yep.
I was scanning the data banks. You beat me to it.
That was the whole point. That was the whole point of him not kicking out, actually. So yeah, they've made me like him a lot more, which I appreciate, and made me like Gunther. I mean, I don't like Gunther less, but he's like kind of like a terrible person now, which
is awesome.
I guess I like. Yeah. I appreciate that he's sticking to his guns and not, being like a fake heel.
Yeah, crowd hated him. Very loud.
They did, which is good. Which is very good. Also tonight we had a great match. We know that Sami Zayn's gonna have. Well, I guess we didn't know, but we kind of assumed that Sami Zayn was gonna have an Intercontinental title match at SummerSlam, and so it was kind of up in the air as to who would face him at Money in the Bank. Braun Breaker faced him, and he had that loss. I mean, just lost clean to Sami Zayn. But Ilya Dragunov's kind of been in the picture. He had a match last week on Raw, and so we had to have a number one contenders match, which was pretty cool.
They did the thing that I had kind of alluded to last week, giving Braun a number one contendership match.
Yes.
After he has been doing nothing but fucking everything up for everybody. Let's reward this guy.
Yep.
He's only ruining our shows.
Yep.
In universe, obviously, we like him, but
yeah. Adam Pearce and Nick Aldis just kind of let shit happen most of the time. They don't really care if somebody maybe there's somebody pulling the strings. The Rock ordered this one.
He did it for The Rock.
Yep. Yeah, except Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre, they try to rein in. He did get suspended. So yeah, I thought the match was pretty good. It was a pretty solid match, and
It's good
then
open.
Braun.
Good
Yeah,
open for
I
the show.
agree. It's nice to have a match like the first actual like wrestling
It's
match
nice
be pretty
to
good.
see some damn wrestling on the wrestling show.
Yeah, some wrestling. Especially between those two. I mean, it's really cool that there's two like pretty young wrestlers that are also like really good.
Mhm.
Like we're not dealing with like, oh, these NXT call-ups that are like they need some time. Like these dudes are like they're ready.
They're ready. Yeah, they've been doing it for years. Gunther especially, I was just listening to a couple of like interviews about the UK scene, like with wrestling. And it's interesting when you look at the UK because the UK has no major promotions versus like
Yeah.
Japan, you have New Japan. Here, New Japan and Stardom. Here you have WWE, AEW, TNA, I guess now because of their partnership, they're kind of popping off.
Yeah.
But in the UK, it's literally just indies. So Gunther was like putting time in over in the UK. So like when he moved to NXT UK and then the transition over to NXT America, he was good to go pretty much from the start. That's why he got called up so fast. Like it was a good decision.
How long has he been on the main roster? Because I have, I started watching a few months ago, and so
How long was
he's
his
always
title
been
reign?
about 2 years. It was
I
just like 2
I
years.
think it's around two and a half years.
He pretty much came in and immediately won it.
Started dicking people, yeah.
That checks out. He's a big guy. I don't know. He's kind of scary.
Boy.
Big boy. He's less big than he used to be though. I've seen some pictures of Walter. Man, that was a chunky fella.
He was a chubby fellow. Some people like him being chubby. They miss it.
Maybe he'll bring it back one day. Maybe once he wins the
It's
World
like his
Heavyweight
demon.
Championship.
Like Finn Balor has a demon.
Yeah, well, Chubby Walter can only be a face, just like the demon. That's what Finn Balor said.
He just gets really fat. He comes out, and everybody's like,
Yeah, yeah. So not to not derail us too much. Next up, we had
No, derail us more. Chubby Gunther versus Chubby Sheamus. Who will win?
Chubby Sheamus
No, we
was
could continue.
not with us long enough.
Continue.
Next we had a match between Sonya Deville and Lyra Valkyria, which I thought was a match. I am a known Lyra Valkyria lover.
We both are.
And she didn't do anything wrong in this match. That's what I'll say. What stood out to me most, to be honest, was this moment where Lyra Valkyria was like holding Sonya Deville upside down. Clearly, the intent was that there was supposed to be like, I think Sonya Deville was supposed to get like power bombed or something.
Mm-hmm.
And she just kept holding on to Lyra Valkyria, and you could hear Lyra Valkyria yelling at her to let go for like multiple seconds over and over again. And I was like, what are we doing here? Like, Sonya Deville, I guess she was gone for a while, so it's probably just rust. But and then they had her win.
Oh, Sonya's finisher is called the Deville's Advocate.
Ugh.
I made a note of that because that's a stupid name.
That's a dumb name. Every time she does it, I think she's gonna do a crossroads. I think I said this last week, and then I'm so disappointed. I'm like, oh, she's doing a crossroads,
and then just kind of falls on her. Yeah.
Yep. I mean, it's better than it used to be. I've seen some videos of her old finisher, and it always just looked like she was doing a DDT to herself.
Her old finisher, the deviled egg.
The deviled egg. Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, it was a fine match. Sonya Deville did not impress me very much, and I was very disappointed that
You're
they
starting
had
to
her
see
win.
what I said last week, where I said, I think I said, quote, like, I definitely have seen matches of her, but I don't remember any of them. I'm starting to remember why I don't remember them.
Yeah, she's just really mostly unremarkable, and she did some fuck ups, which is not great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't feel too great about this match. It was definitely a match that happened. Lyra wrestling is cool. I'd like it to be against other people, I think. But
yeah, they really need to put in like a mid card belt or something, because what happens is if you wanna push Sonya Deville and the rest of the stud line, as other professional wrestlers have called it, then That's okay. I get that. You can't, you gotta give him something. But like, what is Lyra Valkyria doing now? She tagged with Caden Carter and Katana Chance for a while, and then lost to Sonya Deville. Like after making it to the Queen of the Ring finals, I don't. What are we doing?
Yeah, very bizarre usage of her. She would benefit greatly from a mid-card belt. I think her and a few other people.
Yeah, for sure. Because it'll give them something to do. Which I guess you don't need like a belt to have a storyline. There's other things you can do with a wrestler.
But they ain't doing it.
But
is the problem.
they're not doing it. She does not have a like a with all due respect, she does not need or she does not have a character, really. She's just like at first she was like Becky's protege, but now Becky's gone. So
You talking about
she
Lyra?
just yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, yeah, she would benefit from a belt at least existing a lot.
I agree.
So next we had the Seth Rollins, CM Punk, and Drew McIntyre promo thing where they confirmed that they're gonna have a match at SummerSlam and that Seth Rollins is gonna be the guest referee, which I thought was neat. I think last episode I even mentioned that this was a possibility and something I thought they might do. Do you have any thoughts on this, on Seth Rollins as guest referee?
It's pretty cool. It's weird they would go for the guest referee spot now, since it seemed like we were primed for that at WrestleMania, but seeing the way things went, I guess it makes sense to do it now. I'm not against it or anything. I think it's cool. I also really like that Seth logged onto Twitter for the first time in like 10 years to retweet like a meme someone had posted where it was like a skimpy like referee outfit, and it was like Seth's like wardrobe for SummerSlam.
Yeah. Oh, I'm so ready for it.
You know, I'm a big Charles Montgomery stan. Everybody should know this.
Big Phil
love
fan.
Charles Montgomery Punk, as we call him.
Company man Punk.
Pepsi Phil. So yeah, I mean, I'm excited. It's a lot of waiting. We're in that in between. This is what I remember being here prior to Mania. It feels like before the big shows, we always get up in this this limbo spot where we just are waiting 24/7. That was felt not so much on Raw in the past like week or two, but definitely has been felt on SmackDown, which we will get to later, obviously. But yeah.
I think honestly, I was warned that it was going to be really bad before Mania, and I thought it was maybe it was just because I was new, but I didn't really think it was that bad because there's a lot of stuff going on with like Cody and The Rock and
I think
Roman
The Rock
and Seth
being
Rollins.
there very frequently helped a lot.
Yeah, but it's felt we've been in dire straits for the lead up to SummerSlam. I mean, there's been so much stuff going on that is just like nothing matches and nothing promos and not even like, oh, well, it doesn't mean anything now, but it's going to build to something later. Most of it, I don't really feel like that's the case. I feel like they're just doing things to do things so that we have something going on that people can watch. But anyway, not to be too negative, I also am excited about this match. I'm glad CM Punk's cleared. I think that's probably why they didn't do the guest referee spot at WrestleMania, was because they could do a guest referee, but pretty much all you could do is count. So they were like, oh, maybe we wait until, like one of them can actually like do something as a referee. I've never seen a guest referee match. All I've seen is I don't remember who it was. There's somebody many years ago that I saw do like one thing one time. That's great description.
I also have seen people do things one time.
But yeah, I've never really seen a match, so I'm gonna be kind of interested to see like what happens. Like, I guess basically at the end of the day, he just gets to decide who wins. So we'll see who Seth Rollins' allegiances lie with.
Which we'll get into Cody Bloodline stuff later, but that match, I mean, they could go for a swerve, have Solo get it, but I think if Solo does get it, Cody's gonna get it back. It's not gonna stay like that. But I think Cody's probably just gonna win.
I would agree.
Every other match, it's like either don't really care as much or you kind of know the result. With this one, I mean, who knows what could happen, and that's good for your big show.
I agree. I think it's good. If it we're not so obvious to me, I guess maybe not me, but like I'd say in general, most people think Roman's coming back at SummerSlam. So if that were not so seemingly obvious, then I would think that the Drew McIntyre CM Punk Seth Rollins match should be the main event. But you can't really do like
Yeah,
Roman coming back in the middle of the show. So
don't want to devalue your world title either. It's kind of got to be on last.
that's true. That's true.
Scotland was an example or an exception, but one of the world titles was on last. So
yeah. Whereas this is just like an Engi match. They're just Engi with each other.
Oh yeah, Drew getting reinstated. I actually don't remember, why did that happen?
I don't know.
I
don't know that there is a reason. I think Adam Pearce just decided that he was too mean. Or maybe Drew McIntyre didn't do anything wrong.
There is the stipulation of you guys can't touch each other before SummerSlam or the match is off. So that'll add some extra tension to when we go to Sci-Fi next week, the home of all good content.
Yes, true. Yeah, that's true. They do have that segment coming up next Monday where Seth Rollins is going to give his referee instructions to CM Punk and Drew
They're
McIntyre.
all gonna passionately make out in the middle of the ring.
Probably. I mean, that's what Seth Rollins would want, I'm sure.
What does that mean? He's a married man.
That's true. I'm sorry, Becky. I'm sorry. I apologize, Rebecca. I would never want to insinuate that Charles Montgomery or Drusif McIntyre are going to steal your man.
The chick magnet.
Chick magnet, yep. Anyway, that was pretty good. Next after that, though, they had something less good. They had a Xavier Woods, Akira Tozawa, and Otis versus the Final Testament match.
I didn't even write this down. I completely forgot this happened.
Yep, I probably would have forgotten about it too if I did not look up what happened. This was
Oh wait, no, I did.
Think my memory is that Karrion Kross pinned Xavier Woods in this match to win.
I did say that Maxine was wearing her Jamiroquai hat.
Oh yeah, she did. That was the blue velvet hat, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she had an interesting.
And that is all I have to say about this match.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Karrion Kross. I don't care about you. I don't even really care about Tozawa. I thought it was funny that he finally wrestled, and they did the like, "Oh, Tozawa, that's nasty" thing. Nasty. That was cool. I like.
Was it not nasty?
It was nasty. No, okay. I do agree with that. And I like Xavier Woods and Otis enough.
So was this match.
Yeah. I don't remember Otis or Xavier. Well, I guess I remember Xavier Woods losing, but I don't remember really anybody doing anything other than me thinking, wow, Tozawa's actually wrestling.
It's a classic Hooper's mid-off.
I don't even know if this is a mid-off. I'm sorry. This might be worse than
this is a shit-off. Oh, no.
Yeah. I think I also was told that I went to go use the bathroom during this match, and I missed Otis doing the worm, so that probably doesn't help. Probably would have remembered the worm.
Otis was up playing with his worm for sure.
He was, yeah. I mean, that's what you do when you see the Final Testament.
Is that a reference to Scarlet, Sam?
No, that was not a reference. I forgot she was in the Final Testament, to be honest. I
forget everybody's in the Final Testament except for Karrion Kross.
Yep, they got the two dudes whose names I don't remember, and they got Paul Ellering.
Poor Paul Ellering.
Yep, they really.
He's getting paid a lot of money probably just to do fucking nothing. But
I hope so. He literally does nothing. He just stands there menacingly.
He is pretty menacing. He's got a good scowl.
Yeah, he's got the sunglasses help the scowl. I don't know that I've ever seen his eyes. Match. Yeah, let's move on. Next we had the Chad Gable did he confronted he brought the Creed brothers and he confronted the Alpha Academy and was like, "Oh, this is your last chance. Come on guys, come back to Papa, join the Alpha Academy again." And of course they didn't.
Perk Gable's Perk Stable.
Yeah, his Perk Stable, I like that. Haven't heard that one before. I like that, the Perk Stable.
Did Otis beat his ass? I remember that happening. Did the Creed brothers help him?
Oh, maybe. Dude, I don't know. I'm sorry, I don't remember. To be honest, I think so.
Podcast hosts.
I think that is what happened. I think Otis beat his ass because I definitely remember that Chad Gable ended up. What happened at the end was that the Wyatt Six came out, but I don't think that Alpha Academy were there when this happened. It seemed like the Creed brothers and Chad Gable were just like left in the ring. So maybe he did get his ass beat. Now, what I definitely remember was that after the Wyatt Six came out, Bo Dallas was not in. He was not Bo Dallas.
He was Uncle Howdy.
He was Uncle Howdy, and he hit, dare I say, the nastiest Sister Abigail I've ever seen.
I like the Sister Abigail. I think we should normalize giving your opponents a little smooch on the head before throwing them to the ground. It's only respectful.
It was pretty nice of him to kiss him on the forehead before slamming his head right into the ring. I hope now that Chad Gable's gotten shot in the head and probably has CTE from that hit, I hope he's doing okay.
Unlocked his superpowers. He popped that perk 5000 Ultra and it turned his brain into adamantium and he survived.
Next week he's gonna come out and tell us that he's figured out that whatever her name is she Sister Abigail, Nikki Cross?
I don't know.
She's
I
whatever.
hope not, because Bray always did the Sister Abigail story stuff, and I feel like it'd be weird to do it without him. Because like this Uncle Howdy stuff, Bo was a part of it from the start, but the Sister Abigail thing's been a thing forever. Like,
yeah, because all the other ones are like the animal things, but she's just like a dead woman.
I'm a scary lady.
Yeah, she does the jump scares that do not scare me very much. But I'm also not like a child, so I don't know. Maybe they'd be scary if I was like 8 years old. I didn't mean it like that. I just meant, like I'm sure that if I thought this was all like, super real.
Yeah, that definitely did shit my pants.
But yeah, I thought it was cool. I like that he came out and he did a wrestling move. We're getting closer to a match. We're slowly approaching a match.
We will see these people wrestle.
3 weeks from now, we will finally have Bo Dallas confront Chad Gable and ask him for a match in the ring, and echoes will be heard around of people going, "What? Now, why would he want to do that?" I still don't know how we're gonna get to wanting an actual wrestling match, but I'm sure they'll figure out a way to make it work.
Well, Bray's first match on his return was a Mountain Dew glow in the dark match against LA Knight.
So let's not do that.
So let's bring back Mountain Dew. That's what I'm saying.
No, it's got to be the C4 explosives match. We'll just scatter the ring with IEDs.
Magic
Whoever
IEDs.
steps on one first loses. Magic IED, exactly. The Uncle Howdy IEDs. Do you have any general thoughts on I don't know, I guess the Chad Gable Uncle Howdy storyline?
Thus far, my sentiments stay the same from last week. I like when they are being themselves. I like when they're telling honest stories. Didn't they do the lady? They did the Nikki Cross. They did her promo thing. Was that this week?
Yeah, I did forget about that. Yeah, she did. She had a tape, but I don't really feel like there was much going on.
Nope,
She just kind of like
nothing
manically like yelled and screamed most of the time,
I don't remember.
which
a
kind of
single word she
disappointed me. I don't know that she said any words, to be honest with you. Which disappointed me because I know generally who most of them are, and I guess I know who, like, she's like Nikki ASH, I think, for a while. She's like a superhero or something. But she, of all the people, seemed like the one that maybe would need that, like would need to be able to talk, because she, I mean, to my knowledge, she was not like some super obscure wrestler. Didn't she like win Money in the Bank or something?
She won the women's world title.
Yeah, so I don't know why they would. I mean, maybe she's just really bad on the mic. I don't know. I've never seen her
She
do a promo or
also
anything.
infamously retired the 24/7 title when she went to throw it in a trash can and missed the trash can.
Oh my god. How do you... really making her sound like the Tongaloa of the women's division.
No, don't do it like that. Come on now. Rest in peace, the Dollar Tree title.
The Dollar Tree title. Hey, we've got it back. It's been reincarnated as the Speed title.
True.
So yeah, I thought it was pretty good. What did we do next? What did they follow that up with?
Yeah,
The Sheamus
I think
thing?
we had a Bronson thing.
Bronson
Reed was there.
Yes, yeah,
because
yes, that was what happened. So they advertised a Bronson Reed and Sheamus match, and then they did their entrances, and then no, actually it was Bronson Reed and Pete Dunne
Mhm.
that were gonna have a match, and then they did their entrances, and then before they even rang the bell, Sheamus came in and did like a flying knee to Pete Dunne, and then you know, that was basically it. Then they like kind of like yelled at each other for a while, or maybe like hit each other with a couple moves, and then left. There was no match.
There was no match, ladies and gentlemen. Moving on.
Which,
I'm just kidding.
yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know that I have much to say. I don't really care about Pete Dunne all that much, and I hate to say this, but the more they do this, the less I'm caring about Sheamus.
Yeah.
It's cool to see him come out and do flying knees or whatever in jeans. That's about it.
Flying knee and jeans. What a
The
man.
flying jeans. He's a man. So yeah, I don't. Do you have literally anything to say about this?
I said in my notes, Bronson Reed, Z.
Yeah, that actually true. Sheamus just saved us from having to watch Bronson Reed for any longer than we needed to.
Dude, I don't want to hate on this dude too much. 'Cause he's not bad. It's just, I just don't
Boring.
care. I just don't
Yeah.
care, bro. With all due respect, gangsta, I don't care.
Oh man, just you wait until later. There's gonna be. I got something that I really don't care about. But not that. Something I do care about was actually next. Where we had a little promo with Dom, Rhea, and Liv.
This is where
I guess it was
he
a promo.
he made her cry, right?
Yes, he made her cry. He yelled at her in English and Spanish. And I feel like I remember being sent like a translated version of what he said, and the most important part I got out of it was that you have no idea what I'm even saying. It's like, yeah, true. Neither Liv nor I had any
spitting.
idea what you were saying. Yeah, he was really mean. I can't tell. Maybe this is. I don't know if
Do you
this
want
is
to
like.
set us up here? Do you want to like how did this come about?
How did this come about?
Like how did we start this promo?
Oh, I don't even. I think. I'm gonna be honest. I don't really remember
Rhea
what
was
prompted
in a
this.
backstage segment, I believe, and she was like, "Dom, we're going to the ring."
Yes,
And she dragged his ass by his hair to the ring.
that is what happened. Oh, and then Liv came out and she
Yeah.
was like, "Oh my God, Daddy Dom." And then Dom said, "You ruined my life. I hate you, you stupid bitch."
Dom said, "Be
That's
gone,
actually what he
thought."
said. That was not. Yeah, pretty much. Which means that he's costing Rhea the match at SummerSlam for sure.
Yeah,
That's your takeaway.
there's an inside job going on here.
I don't know if I think that Dom is like lying to Rhea or if I think that he's just stupid.
I think he's just stupid.
I think I would
That's
agree.
why we like
I
him.
think he's dumb. I think he will accidentally cost Rhea the match at SummerSlam. Probably.
Rhea gave him a big ol' on the face.
Oh yeah, she did lick his face.
Should have been me.
Yeah, it was. We're I think I said this last week. We do not need to. This is like a no pun intended on many levels. We do not need to edge any closer to the live sex celebration. I think we need to stop where we're at.
edge closer.
No more edging. Okay. I know we had the Gooner on this episode, but no more edging.
We got Gooner and Damian Priest fighting backstage. We're edging out here.
the really the matchup of all time between the
Liv.
Gooner and the Priest.
Liv during her little promo here tells Rhea,
Oh God.
she shows her butt cheeks hanging out of her shorts.
She did
says,
do that.
Dominic, a gorgeous man like Dominic goes for girls that look like me, not like you, or something like that. She's saying that like Rhea isn't also
Yeah.
just a peak women condition.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty funny. That was like, I don't know even on what level you're saying that. Is Rhea too tall? Is she too muscular? Because that's not in a wrestling ring. You're not doing yourself any favors.
You don't want her,
You know,
Dom.
listen.
She looks like a wrestler.
Yeah, you don't want her, Dom. She wins matches on her own. But yeah, I thought it was pretty good. I like that that Dom, actually felt like really the driving force of this promo, which was cool. Usually he's just kind of there for Rhea to like, not like he soaks up the booze for her.
Mhm.
So I appreciated that he
She
was
doesn't
like, he
need
was
anymore.
had a lot of talking. That's
I'm
true.
gonna
Yeah,
do
now
it.
that we've gotten to this point.
I'm gonna do a classic producer interject. It
Okay.
reminds me of the olden days when two male wrestlers would fight for a woman to be on their ringside, but in the reverse.
It's true.
Yeah, this is
Actually,
the
that's where we're
custody of
heading.
Dominic ladder match. Oh
It
my
is.
god.
We are doing a custody of Dominic ladder match. And what's so great about this is actually we're gonna do an enemies to lovers arc, and it's gonna end up with Liv and Rhea are gonna be,
They used to be a tag team and they used to be all over each other like that. I don't know if you know that, but
I did not know. I do
yeah.
remember I've seen images of Liv Morgan proposing to a woman in like the ring. I don't know what that's about, but Liv Morgan, she may. Listen, I'm just saying, if the stud line need to recruit some more people, she seems like a good candidate once this is over.
I agree.
Yeah, it was pretty good. So next up we had Selena Vega versus Zoe Stark. Speaking of the stud line,
Don't remember. I don't remember how this match ended.
Zelina Vega definitely won, clean to my recollection.
Didn't she have like that weird, like she was doing that thing? She had her arm kind of held up, like it was broken, but it wasn't. It didn't have a cast on it. It was just wrapped
Yes,
in tape,
yeah,
and she was also
yes,
moving it like in the match. That was stupid.
yeah, because they beat her arm up last week,
And
and then she still won anyway.
I feel like injury spots like that too during matches is kind of harder to believe when you also have somebody like CM Punk who's out at the time out with an arm injury. So it's like, why are
Yeah,
you wrestling and he's not? Like,
yeah, she's injured just enough to,
just
have
enough.
to wear a wrap, but not injured enough to not be cleared, I guess.
I guess that, I mean, that did happen with Cody with his pec. They were like, man, your
That's
pec
true.
is so fucked up. We don't even care
I
if
don't
you go out.
I don't think they do that with arms though. I think
Yeah,
usually the
don't do that
arms
with
are like
limbs.
they're pretty serious about that. Um, yeah, I mean it was a fine match. I liked that Zelina Vega won. I was kind of pissed last week when they made her get squashed by Sonya Deville. Thought that was stupid.
Mhm.
So I'm glad she won. I think she's pretty good. She's especially pretty good on the mic. She's
Very
definitely a very
small.
good
She's so
talker.
tiny.
She's very tiny. A
Uh,
match between her and
she was it Kathy Kelly that was interviewing her at the top of the ramp, or was it the other one? I can't remember her name.
I think it was. I think so. I think it was Kathy Kelly.
She was like 3 whole feet on her, bro. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, she and which one is it? Is it Katana Chance, the smaller
Mhm.
one of those two? Yeah, that would be a interesting match. Just flinging people all over the place. But yeah, I mean, the match is fine in general. Zoe Stark, she's got a good arsenal of kicks. That's what stands out to me about her. She does a lot of good kicks.
A lot of good kicks. We love a good kick.
We do love a good kicker.
That we do, Sam. Moving on. I got nothing
Yeah.
else to say.
Yeah, I don't either. So we ended the show. I'm pretty sure there was a promo that prompted this, or like a backstage segment maybe.
There was like kind of peppered throughout the show.
Yes, we ended the show with a Jey Uso and Sami Zayn versus the Judgment Day non-title match. It was the tag champions, but it was not for the belt.
Mhm.
And if I remember correctly, the impetus for this match was that last week Dom lost to Jay, and the Judgment Day felt that they needed to get back at him. But Jay needed a partner. Is this accurate?
Yes.
Okay. And so he chose Sami Zayn because they're friends, and because once Roman comes back, they'll be part of the bloodline again, and then they will take the tag belts from the new bloodline. That's what's gonna happen. I have the script.
Any thoughts on this match? I don't remember it too much.
I thought it was pretty good. I especially liked, I wasn't watching back when they were a tag team, but I've seen like Jimmy and Jay, they did the 1D, I think was what they called it, where they like threw the dude up and basically RKO'd him like the other guy would do it. They did that. I thought that was pretty sick. It was a really cool move. And they won, obviously. Of course, Jey Uso and Sami Zayn beat
the Yeet
fucking
Man.
JD McDumbass and Finn Balor.
Oh my god. JD McDumbass and Finn Balor. He just blindsided me. That was a lot of hatred very quickly out of nowhere.
I like Finn enough. JD McDonough is awful. I don't. He's the most carried wrestler in the
Bobblehead
WWE for sure.
JD, bobblehead McDonough.
But yeah, I mean, it was fine. It was a good match. I liked him. I like Jey Uso and Sami Zayn, especially together. I think in a tag environment, I think Jey Uso's limitations are hidden better.
Mhm.
Like you don't need to do all that many moves in a tag team because you got another dude doing
If
half
he
the
just
moves.
diversified his move set just a little bit, I wouldn't have and quit doing the yeet so much during the promos. I would be totally cool with Jey Uso. I liked him prior to the yeet stuff.
Yeah, I
He
agree.
could cut a good promo back in the day of 2 years ago.
Yeah, I've seen clips and old segments, and it seemed like he was a little more serious, which I appreciate. Now he's just a yeet man.
Now it's I'm gonna yeet, come to the
Yeet.
yeet
Yeet.
ring, and I'm gonna yeet, and I will hit you, yeet.
I don't think anything for me will ever top the promo he did like a few weeks ago, where he was talking about what happened with the old bloodline, where he was like, "I lost my brother," and then
Yeet.
everyone went, "Yeet." I lost my family.
Yeet.
Yeet.
Dog got hit
Yeah,
by a car. Yeet.
Yeah, I don't. That was a pretty crazy promo to do. So yeah, I mean, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
go ahead.
No, you go. You go. What you got?
No, you go, bitch. I'm just kidding. Yeah. Yeah, the Yeet Man. I'm cool with the Yeet Man. I would like to be cooler with him though, and I would like him to stop eating so much and stop doing so many super kicks.
I agree. Less super kicks would be good.
All right. Well, that was Raw.
That's pretty
Raw
much
it
all I got to say
was.
about it. How many booms are you giving this one, Morgan?
I'm giving it boom, boom, boom.
So 2.5.
2.5 booms out
I
of
think I would
5.
give it. I think I would give it. Boom,
Actually,
boom, boom. I'm giving it 3 booms.
yeah, I changed my rating. I'm gonna give that 3 booms as well.
I think that I would say that the Sister Abigail that Chad Gable got hit with single-handedly moved this from a 2.5 to a 3 for me. I was not expecting him to do that move. I was like, there's no way they're gonna use Bray Wyatt's classic move.
Mhm.
And B, I was not expecting him to hit it so crisply. I
It
mean,
was
it
very
was just
crisp.
it was perfect.
Rather
And
crisp,
there was
that
some.
Sister Abigail. Definitely was not raw.
So yeah, there's some good, there's some bad. I would say a little bit more good than bad.
Yeah, I agree. It was I think juxtaposed to SmackDown this week, it felt a lot better than it actually
Yes,
was. I'm sure if I went
that's
back and watched it,
exactly
I'd feel worse about it, but
that's exactly what I was gonna say. Next up, we got something that was not more good than bad. We had Friday Night SmackDown, which got
should,
started with this
probably should add some
segment.
context to why this episode is so filler y.
What context would you like to add?
Well, they're all in Japan.
Oh yes, yeah. This wasn't, to my knowledge, this was like pre-recorded. I don't know like the specifics, but I definitely read that this one was pre-recorded or something because like I know Bailey is in Japan right now, and so is Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair. So I don't really know like how they did that, but yeah, that definitely that would explain a lot of what was going on in this one.
Trying to get confirmation here if this was live or pre-recorded, and I cannot
Well, I
find
mean,
it.
Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair are definitely in Japan right now, as is Bailey. I guess maybe they filmed it. They didn't film it in Japan. They couldn't. They had to, because remember, Logan Paul's not allowed to. He can't be in Japan,
Also,
so
they
they couldn't do a SmackDown
they
there.
definitely said the town they were in, and they're just lying.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I don't know where was this SmackDown
I
allegedly.
don't remember. It was wait, hold on. Beep 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 beep.
Beep, beep, beep,
I'm
beep,
scanning the
beep,
database right now. It was in. I'm gonna look it up.
beep. While you do that, I will say that this SmackDown had potential. I don't think that anything in isolation that happened was necessarily bad. I think that it was a combination of many little failures that really started to add up to me, and really nothing that blew me away. There's nothing, no match, no promo that I saw or remembered that I was like, wow, that was awesome. It just didn't happen. There was no bangers.
Yeah, everything here was not really serving a purpose. It was just filling time. It felt like we could have done with
Yeah.
could have done without literally everything on the show, even the stuff involving Cody and the Bloodline.
Yeah. I
Like
agree.
I guess the 6-man tag, the Bloodline had to win it, but like there's a reason this is a gauntlet match. Is because they had to fill time out and they had to
Yeah,
get all these
exactly.
people on here. So that could have just been a 1-on-1 or 2-on-2,
Yeah.
I guess. But
Yeah, I agree. That was why they did it. Why they had 6 teams. B, why they did it in the longest possible format that they could do.
getting ahead of
Did you figure out
ourselves.
did you figure out where this
I
was?
did not. I did not. I can't find it anywhere.
Okay. Well,
It was
that I feel like lends credence to my theory that this was pre-recorded if nobody has any idea where it happened. But anyway, we started this off our banger SmackDown this week with um a backstage segment with Nick Aldis talking to the new bloodline, which is Solo Sikoa, um, his enforcer Jacob Fatu, Tama Tonga. I don't remember what his title is, and then the infamous Tonga Loa.
the
In
infamous.
which, yes, they advertised leading into the show that the bloodline was participating in the 6-team tag match and that it was going to be Tama Tonga and the infamous Tongaloa. And then Tongaloa
Tongaloa
um
punished Tongaloa with the eye
but
patch.
yeah, he hurt his little eye and so he was unable to wrestle and so they subbed in Jacob Fatu. Leading into that match or that show, I looked at that advertisement and thought, "Are you kidding me? There is no way Tongaloa is taking this spot. There's no shot. Why would they ever do this? What reason would you have?" And
Dude,
thankfully they didn't.
I can't believe we got robbed of seeing him hit his slow motion chops.
Oh
We
my
got
god. If he
robbed.
At this point it feels like they have brought him in to be comedy relief. Like I know that he's not even really like doing much comedy relief like
He looked
intentional
very
comedy relief,
silly.
but he is it maybe they've just realized that that's all he's good for because he is not. I mean, I don't know how you recover from going for a nut shot and then punching your own dude in the head.
For your own brother.
Yeah.
Tama, I'll save you.
Yeah, it's
Oh.
he's not good. And also I want to say Nick Aldis is a weak GM.
Really?
He's just I no, I don't think he's bad. Like his character's bad. I think his character is weak. Like he just lets stuff happen.
Yeah,
Why
him
would
and
Nick
Adam
Aldis
Pierce
have
both
any
do
reason to
this.
allow this?
At least with
Adam,
Adam Pierce, he comes out and he's like very flustered about it. You know, he's just like,
yeah,
oh, I can't believe this.
yeah. Whereas
Darn.
Nick Aldis, I mean, he's been letting the Bloodline do whatever they want.
And he's like, I'm not very happy with you, the Bloodline, but here's a tag team match that you are in.
Yep, and I know you're gonna win it.
So good luck. Please
Yep.
stop killing my people. Thank you.
Yeah, I don't. It's so strange. I don't know why he's got to get a hold on his people. But yeah, I was glad that they swapped Jacob Fatu in, because he's a hooper. Um, I don't know if he's a capital H hooper yet, but he's definitely a
Capital H.
lowercase. He's a lowercase hooper at least.
Hoopa.
He's a yes. But it was cool. I was glad they swapped him in, and that led very cleanly, of course, into a little promo LA Knight did about how he's gonna beat Santos Escobar and Logan Paul, right?
Something
at
with
SummerSlam.
Santos. It doesn't really matter because this isn't gonna
Yeah.
last. Maybe this is for his first feud after he wins the belt will be against Santos.
I don't even think that's true. I think it's gonna be Andrade and Carmelo that are gonna be going at it with
You would
him.
hope so, yeah.
I don't know what they're doing.
But they're gonna have to
Mr.
figure out who's
Escobar.
going for it between the two of them. So maybe while they're doing that, he has a little
That's
program
true.
with Santos.
That's true. They could do that. And then after that, they had their match. And what did you think of their match?
They sure did have their match, didn't they?
They did have a match. Yep. And I think LA Knight said yeah a few times.
You said yeah. I said yeah. We
Yep.
said
And
yeah.
then Logan Paul came out and tried to cost him the match and failed.
Failed.
And then Logan Paul beat him up afterwards, right?
Sure did. Which means
Yep.
Logan will be losing.
Yes, we're so back. We are so back. I want nothing more than that belt off of him.
Yeah.
He's a really great wrestler, but God, we need like the U.S. belt should not be a belt we're defending 2 times in a year.
Yeah, I agree.
Why? It's
I
a
agree.
mid-card belt.
It is a
He's
mid-card
not
belt.
Roman
It's not
Reigns.
even the prestigious one either. It's the one that's supposed to be
Yeah.
hot potato.
Yep.
Yeah. I like Logan. Not as a person, obviously. As a wrestler, good.
Yep.
Just if he's not gonna be around, what more do we get out of him though? Is the problem.
He can
Right.
show up every now and then. I mean, we have like The Rock and John Cena, but he should be a little bit more than that. I can't think of anybody off the top of my head that shows up like every now and then. I guess Brock Lesnar used to do that, right?
Yeah,
Allegedly. That's what I've heard.
and Brock Lesnar, he is not.
Yeah, Brock also notoriously a time where people loved the WWE and Brock Lesnar back when
Oh,
he was doing
God.
that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I agree. I mean, he's got like a kid on the way or something too, so it's possible that he just needs some time off to go
Also
deal with
got to
that.
sue Coffeezilla.
True. Yeah, he does have that whole lawsuit thing going on. Yeah.
Maybe they're gonna have him
It
drive
kinda-
and be like, when you figure that out, then you
Yeah,
you
you can come back. Just like Brock Lesnar. They're like, yeah, well, we'll wait and see.
Yeah, Brock, go watch your kid play hockey.
Yeah, so I'm glad. I hope Logan loses the belt, like you said. He definitely should.
It's LA Knight's time.
I guess so. I don't know. I'm not like a huge LA Knight fan. But I know, I'm sorry, maybe that's sacrilegious. I just don't he's like
Boo.
I'm sorry. He's like Jay for me. He's worse than Jay.
What? You're crazy.
I'm sorry. I just think he's very unremarkable in the ring, and all of his promos are him going, "Yeah,
It's
I'm gonna
awesome.
beat you." Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't
It's
fuck with it.
so cool.
It's literally like the flirting versus sexual harassment meme, except where LA Knight is the flirting and Jey Uso is sexual harassment. That's how it feels like people react to them. I think I would rather. I mean, I don't think Jay should win the U.S. belt, but if I had to pick one of them, I'm picking Jay. Just, I think he's better. I don't like LA Knight all that much. Plus, he's not like it's not like we're building anything up. Like he's like 45, isn't he? It's like he's an
Oh,
oldie.
here we go. Okay, Vince. He's too old. Oh, God.
Listen, give him his chance, give him his time to shine, give him the belt, and then take it away in a month when Carmelo Hayes wins it.
And there we
That's
go
all.
with the Carmelo Hayes propaganda.
Listen, Carmelo Hayes is a hooper. He don't miss.
Didn't
He's gonna win that
Andrade
belt.
point out that he only has missed recently? Which I
Hey,
agree with.
whoa. He don't miss. I don't know. That was just he doesn't lose. He just what did he say? He doesn't lose. He just doesn't win.
Well, he said something about LeBron James.
He did say that. No, but there was like a few weeks ago, like a month ago or something, where he was like, "Oh, I didn't lose. I just temporarily
Oh
didn't
God,
win."
what was it? Yeah, like I didn't lose. I just did win. That was a banger.
Listen, Melo is him, and I will spread this propaganda until he is holding that U.S. title belt that is rightfully his.
I don't know how you're talking about all this LA Knight slander when we literally saw him have one of the most deadliest matchups of all time. Him versus a stick of 5 gum.
What? Oh yeah, when he choked
Tried
on
to
it
kill
and
him.
almost died in the ring.
How you feel
That
about
was- yeah, that
Andrade?
was- I like Andrade.
Do you think
I think he's all right. I like. I mean, my actual opinion, is that I think Andrade probably should get the belt first. Like,
I
if I
think
were
a
gonna,
heel Andrade. I would like that.
yeah, I agree. I think face Andrade doesn't. I don't know. I mean, people on the internet love him, but
Yeah.
I don't know that most people, like the average WWE fan, is like, oh my God, Andrade, I love. They're probably just like, oh, this is a guy that can hoop a little bit. You know, he does some cool stuff in the ring. I think they need to give him like an absolutely dickish manager. I think that's what they should do.
Yeah.
Give him a really, really mean, awful, like back what Paul Heyman used to be
Hey, I
when
was
he
about to
was like a
say if
heel
Paul Heyman
manager.
wasn't so just enveloped by this bloodline stuff, he would make a pretty good
Well,
Paul Heyman
Paul
guy.
Heyman's actually dead right now.
Oh, rest in peace. I forgot. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he
He
got
got
thrown
his
through a table.
he put his fupa in Jacob Fatu's face and then got slammed through a table.
Yeah, all his organs got mixed together. So yeah, I think Andrade could use him, especially because like Andrade obviously speaks English. I'm not trying to say he can't speak English, but like he definitely is not like he's not like Rey Mysterio clean on the mic, you know. So I think a manager could help him out a lot, especially because most people don't really care about Andrade all that much at the moment. So a manager would be like a good mouthpiece, and it would give you something like an interesting facet to the character.
Yeah, I agree.
So anyway, to move on, now we've gotten all of our LA Knight slander out of the way. All of my to be
All of
clear.
your
Yeah,
yeah.
I don't want to throw
I'm
you
not
into this.
co-signing this one.
We
Yeah.
had we had we had a
Debbie.
Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill, and Unholy Union segment.
You
And
sure did, Sam.
before we really talk about what actually happened, I have a question. So when
Yes,
I
sir.
started watching the Unholy Union, were never on TV, and I had seen them maybe once, and I thought that they were like a gay couple. I thought that was their characters.
They were just
And then I
witches.
found it. So I found out they were witches. But am I crazy for thinking the name Unholy Union does sound like something that Vince McMahon would have named a gay couple?
It does.
I really thought that was what they're gonna be. But I like that they're witches. They're cool. They're Scottish, right? Yeah, they're Scottish. That's why they won the belts. And they
true.
are gonna have a match at some point with Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair where they will lose the belts.
You think they're losing guaranteed?
Yeah, why they haven't? I don't know. I hate it so much. I don't like dislike them, at all. I mean, I thought they were good in the one match I've seen, but they literally have not wrestled since. Maybe once, maybe one time they did, but I don't remember it. Like it wasn't against anybody notable. So like I don't understand what they're doing with these guys. Just like let them hoop. But it seems like that's not the plan. It seems like they decided that they were just gonna give him the belt because the Scottish people would be happy, and then they would take it away in 3 months and
Yeah.
give it back to Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair.
That's how the cookie. That's how the unholy unions.
That is how the unholy unions. You're so right. Yeah, it just seems like such an odd choice to like take this tag team that was never on screen and never wrestled on TV, and then give them a give them a title and then still have them never appear on TV and never wrestle. Like the whole point of giving them the title, I assumed, was so that they would be on TV more. And I know that I think part of the reason I would guess is that like I think right before not SummerSlam, right before Money in the Bank, or not Money in the Bank. What the fuck was it? Backlash? What the fuck was it? Where
Backshots, yeah.
what was in Scotland? It wasn't any of those.
The Clash at the
Clash at
Castle.
the Castle. Yes. I got every single one except for the right one. At Clash of the Castle, I think like right before it, Alba Fire's mom like tragically died in a car accident.
Oh,
So so it's possible that they had initially planned for them to get like a huge push, and then obviously like you have to give her time away to go, mourn and do funeral things.
let's pop up the vibe a little bit.
Sorry. But yeah. So I think that might have something to do with it, as tragic as that is. But I
That
hope
makes
that they
sense.
give him another chance. I hope, ideally, what would happen is that they do win. That would be cool. But I don't know. Maybe you have like Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill
I
like
think-
fuck each other over in a match or something.
I think we should get the women's tag titles off of SmackDown and put them on Raw.
I thought, are they on? I thought the Unholy Union was on.
They are on SmackDown. They have only been on SmackDown since they won the belts.
I've only ever seen them talk to Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair, so I kind of assumed they were making guest appearances.
Oh.
I'm fact checking this. We're gonna find out. Yes, they are on Raw officially. So they just like only ever show up.
Well, then they should win, and they should take
Yes.
those to Raw.
They should actually
be
yeah
better.
bring it to Raw
Because
actually.
there's more tag teams. Because what other women's tag teams are on SmackDown?
Great question. I don't know. What we got? Tiffany Stratton and Nia Jax, I guess.
Oh yeah.
We got Michin
They're
and
like the
Bayley.
Corco of women though. They're not gonna.
They are, yeah. Those two are not really tag team.
Corco is rated R or not rated. I almost called them rated RKO. I'm a boomer.
the
It's
rated R superstar.
RKO. It's you can't say their name because it's just RKO. It's a stupid name. Corco is so much
It
better.
is.
Kevin Owens and Randy Orton, ladies and gentlemen. That's what we're talking about.
Yep. Yeah. So yeah, I think I agree. They should just keep them. It would be cool to see the Unholy Union defend their actually win and defend their titles. But I don't think that's what's gonna happen.
I agree.
So, which is kind of sad.
Sad.
You know what is also sad?
What's also sad, Sam?
That 6-team tag gauntlet that we had to sit through for an hour.
You've heard me go
Smackdown.
on many a rant. You and producer Evan have heard me go on many rants about the state of disrepair that the male
Oh,
tag
so
team
bad.
scene is in right now.
You
So
can just look at that
terrible.
match. Like, look at the participants. That these were the 6 best teams that we had on SmackDown. And not what there was one
I think these
team.
were all the teams.
Yeah, they had to pull in the OC. So
It's the 6 best by proxy because there's not 7. This is all we got. This is all I got.
Yeah, I mean, that is like so tragic that you're right, because they not only did they have to pull in the OC for this match, but they like last week or the week before made up this fake tag team with Apollo Crews and Baron Corbin. So they have 2 teams that are not ever until like the last 2 weeks competing in any tag matches that were in this match.
I mentioned it when we were watching it together. I think the OC haven't been on SmackDown. It's been years at this point. It has to have been. Maybe I think they've popped up backstage every now and then with Michin and with AJ, but they have not done anything in forever.
Yeah, we were in dire straits. But I mean, silver lining. I actually do think Apollo Crews and Baron Corbin is a pretty fun tag team.
They could do something.
I kind of like it. I like Baron Corbin. I don't know why it feels bad that they separated him and Braun, because Baron Corbin had like rehabilitated his image, and now it feels like we're going back. Like we're sliding back to how people felt about Baron Corbin before his NXT run.
Yeah. Yeah.
At least how it seems like he was viewed.
Apollo
Obviously,
Crews
I wasn't there.
is pretty good in the ring. It's just he has never had a character. He was like a Nigerian prince for a little bit. A Nigerian prince from
What?
Stone Mountain, Georgia.
Another Georgia boy.
Georgia boy. But yeah, he's just never really had a character. I remember his debut. It was just he comes out and he smiles and he waves and he does flips.
Mhm.
And yeah, I think he was a heel for a little bit, and then he became a Nigerian prince, and he was a heel. He had a big man with him. Was it Omos?
I don't know.
I think it was
Omos,
Omos.
who is reportedly
They've
Dunzo.
given up on him. I saw that headline. I
Yeah,
read.
that's a crazy headline.
They gave up on him.
Why don't they want me, man?
Why are they homophobic?
They are homophobic. Omos, who I've literally seen wrestle maybe twice.
Hello,
He was
Homo
big.
sapiens. We need to rise up. We want Omos.
Dude, I'm not an Homo sapien. I'm not an
You're an
homosexual.
homosexual. Oh, okay. Never
I
mind.
might be an homophobic.
Oh
Sorry.
no! Can't do nothing.
Exactly. Actually.
I'll rest my case. All right. Well, we should probably talk about this match.
Yeah. So we started off with the Apollo Crews and Baron Corbin versus Legado del Fantasma, which
Versus
was
Berto and
A-
Angel.
Angel, Berto and Angel,
Shout out
and it,
Berto.
yeah, Berto, he's got a great name.
My favorite Super Mario Bros. 2 villain.
Berto lost obviously, and I don't care about them really at all. I'm sorry, Berto and Angel. I hope that you do something to make me care about you.
Don't see it
That's
coming.
what I gotta say. I don't either. I think they're pretty young though, at least, so it's not like, we're talking about like 40-year-old dudes who teamed up with AJ Styles for some inexplicable reason and then are super washed up, so they're terrible. Not talking about anyone specific at all.
Yeah.
Um but yeah, so they got time to improve, I guess. And then we had the next match after Apollo Crews and Baron Corbin won. They faced off against the Street Profits, who are pretty good. I like the Street Profits.
Yeah, they're great. They're probably one of the better tag teams, which
Have
isn't
they
saying
ever
much.
have they ever had any belts or anything?
Don't think so. I could be wrong, but I don't think so.
Interesting. Wonder what was going on. I guess it's for the past few years. It's been like the Usos and
Yeah,
Cody.
it was the Usos for a long time.
Yeah. So, and then Judgment Day had it for a while. So it probably wasn't a lot of time recently for them to have it. But yeah, the Street Profits. I mean, basically all I got to say about this is that they won. They fed a bunch of teams to the Street Profits to make them look really good. They beat Apollo Crews and Baron Corbin, and then they beat Pretty Deadly. Yes, boy.
Yes, boy.
Yes, boy. And then they beat the.
Do you remember was it after Mania or before Mania when Pretty Deadly had that taped segment where they saw the ghost of Queen Elizabeth in the clouds? Or did I make that up?
I don't remember that. I'm not saying you made it up, but I do not remember.
Oh my god.
That fucking happened, and it was amazing.
Thank you, producer Evan. Thank you.
It was after Paul Dunn had fucked up one of their hands, so he whipped
Here,
his
Dunn.
hand into frame, and it's just covered in wraps, and then the queen talks to him. Amazing.
You don't remember the Sam? They see
I
a
can't
vision
believe I
of
don't
Queen
either.
Elizabeth, and she's like, "Believe in yourself, boys." And then they go,
Yes,
"Yes,
boy."
boy, yeah." And then they disappeared forever.
Was this before or after? This must have been after she died, right?
Yeah.
It was. Oh, duh. That's why it's a ghost. Yeah.
How ominous would that have been?
They Pretty Deadly. Actually, they put out a hit
That's
on
why
Queen
they're called
Elizabeth.
Pretty Deadly.
Yeah. Whoa.
They killed the queen.
So yeah, the Street Profits beat the Yes Boys. And then they beat the OC. Who are those two? They're
That is Carl Anderson
Carl
and
Anderson.
Straight Edge Society alumni Luke Gallows.
Isn't Luke Gallows the dude that used to be oh, what's his
Choose
name?
your language
Festus?
carefully here.
I was looking for the name. I was not gonna say anything about the character. It was Festus. That was his name,
Yeah,
right?
his name was Festus.
They
He was
yes,
to put it politely, a mentally handicapped person
yes, yeah. I
who
feel
then
so bad.
joined CM Punk's Straight Edge Society, and the excuse they used was that he was on drugs and they made him like that, but CM Punk got him off drugs, so now he's Luke Gallows now.
I mean, good for him. He's
for him.
he's coming around.
That's
Maybe
what CM
CM
Punk's
Punk
the
can
goat
save
for.
him again.
Yeah, save him from the OC.
Yep.
He's
But
like, take
yeah,
some more drugs, man. At least you were on your own when you were Festus.
you're doing things.
Yeah, come on, bro.
You weren't relegated to being bad in NXT. But yeah, the Street Profits obviously beat them too. They beat the OC, and then they faced the Samoan Werewolf and the Tasmanian Tonga, whatever his name is, Tama Tonga. In I would say it was a pretty good match. The final one. They were doing some hooping. Obviously, Jacob Fatu's always a hooper. There was that funny moment where was it Montez Ford was like going to hit a DDT on Jacob Fatu, and then it just didn't happen.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Corey Graves on commentary. He says somebody, whoever it was, like hits a DDT.
Oh, yeah. That's most people's experiences with Jacob Fatu. He kind of just doesn't care. He's a no-selling merchant a little bit, which I don't dislike. Just to be clear, I think that having one guy that starts out really strong and like no sells a bunch of
That's
stuff
good.
can work, but just don't do it all the time. This is not fighting spirit, okay? Jacob Fatu does not have fighting spirit.
He's just built that way.
He is built that. I mean, he looks like he's built that way. I get
Yeah,
it.
he's scary looking.
He is. He's very. I mean, in more ways than one, really. I mean,
His mouth
he's
is
like
so
a
big. He
very
looks like he's about to
built
eat
dude.
me.
Yeah, he does look like he's about to just take a huge chomp out of my head. So that was that the last?
That was it.
No, it was not the last. That was the gauntlet. That was the last of the gauntlet.
We
But
did.
there was more stuff.
We did do more stuff. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, because then we went into
Terrence
that.
Crawford.
Okay, I said earlier that there was something I really like and didn't care for. This is that. Why are we spent like
I don't know
5
if we
minutes
talked
on
about
this
it when he was on
garbage.
Raw as well.
Was he this
He
week?
was on Raw, yeah.
Oh
Because he
my
gave
God.
somebody a chair.
Oh yeah, he did do that.
Wait, was that on Raw this week or was that on Smack? No, it wasn't on
I
Smack.
thought that was on SmackDown last week.
It
He
was. We
gave
talked
Cody
about
a
it,
chair.
yeah.
Or something. God, it's so. I mean, I understand that literally the reason why they're doing it is because TKO owns the WWE and the UFC, and they're using it as like, marketing for a Terrence Crawford
Is this
match.
a UFC fight though, or is he signed to UFC, or I don't
think
know how
so.
the UFC works.
I think it's a UFC fight.
Okay.
Which is why, because they always do the segment, and then they're like, oh, and he's fighting this dude in the Saudi Arabia Cup or whatever. I don't care. I feel bad for Grayson Waller and Austin Theory that they had to do this. Frankly, I know that they're called promos because they're like promotional segments, but this is like the most abysmal possible form of that.
Yeah.
Like literally just
nothing
a marketing
happening.
statement. It's so bad, so bad. I don't care about them. I mean, I like Austin Theory and Grayson Waller enough. I don't care about Terrence Crawford.
Do you think Terrence Crawford's coming to the WWE? He's got his own entrance music and everything.
He did have his own entrance music. I don't know. I kind of hope not. It doesn't seem like it ever works out. Seems like pretty much every time they do it, it sucks. Sometimes it can do good, like the other way. Like I think didn't Brock Lesnar
Brock is
do pretty well?
is the most famous example of this.
Yep.
Other than
Obviously
CM
Punk. Yeah, but that was more
talk about
infamous
that.
than famous, I'd say.
We don't gotta talk about all that.
Yeah. So yeah, I hated this.
Yep. It was bad. It was a waste of
Yep.
time.
And then we had Cody Rhodes doing a promo in a bar in Japan because he couldn't be there, which is okay.
Saying a whole lot of nothing too.
Yeah, he was. You hurt my friends. You hurt my family.
And
I want you.
The story.
Yeah, I want you 1-on-1 in the ring, Solo. I know you're gonna. Come on, meet me 1-on-1 in the ring, like you never will. Does Cody really believe? Do you think Cody really believes that Solo Sikoa will fight him 1-on-1?
You would hope not.
You would hope not. Yep.
At this point.
I agree. After all of these years of the Bloodline doing this to him, of specifically Solo doing that to him, interfering in matches with Roman and various people, really, you would assume that he would know. But I don't know. Maybe he's been in cahoots with Roman Reigns. The Cody is the newest Uso.
Cody Uso.
Yep, we're gonna
The
Cody
Samoan
Uso,
Nightmare.
Sammy Uso. That would be. I feel like that is that sounds like something that would have happened during Vince McMahon's time. Like 2018, they would have called him the Samoan Nightmare, and he would have come out in like tribal tattoos and stuff.
Oh god.
They would have covered up his like American Nightmare neck tattoo with like a tribal one.
Like when they turned this is getting off topic, but Chavo Guerrero, I can't remember what his name was when they did this to him, but they made him just be a white man for a little bit.
What?
Why?
Why?
Take us further in this while I look this up.
This is I was gonna say it's similar to like I know that Tonga Loa used to be in the WWE as
His
a
name was
Bennett
Kerwin
guy,
White.
right?
His name was Kerwin White.
Kerwin White.
And he was a white. He
Vince
came out with
McMahon.
like a
Why did he do
an
that?
ascot and like a.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I have heard of this. Yes, I
He was
remember
like,
the
I love
ascot.
golfing.
Yeah, let's go golfing.
Let's go golfing. All right, go ahead.
He did the same thing with Tonga Loa, right? Didn't he used to be like Camacho or something like that, like way back in the day? And he
Oh, I
like
have
drive
no idea.
around in like not sports car, but like yeah. So that happened a few times. I don't know why they did that, but they should have done that with Cody. They're gonna do it with Cody. But yeah, he didn't really say. He said a whole lot of nothing. He said, "I want you 101." Really, all that felt like to me was a setup for solo promo, and because they felt like Cody needed to be on SmackDown.
Yeah, gotta have Cody on SmackDown.
Yeah, which I don't really understand because like this again, I'm pretty sure this was pre-recorded, so I don't understand why he couldn't have been on it. Maybe he had to go earlier for some reason, or maybe I'm just wrong.
I guess.
Who knows? But after that, Cody interjection, we had our main event, which was Bailey and Michin versus Nia Jax and Tiffany Stratton. Because they were angry with each other.
Michin getting on my nerves in this match.
Oh
She's
yeah, she
selling
got
like a
laid out before
referee.
it started. Yeah, and then just sat there for like 10 minutes.
While Bailey's getting her ass beat.
Yeah. Yeah, they I mean she was holding up well. Maybe that was the point where it's supposed to be like, oh look at Bailey, look how great she is. She's 1v2ing them. But yeah, I don't know. And then eventually Nichin did show up and she did a cool was a tornado DDT. That was pretty awesome.
Mm-hmm. She
She
tried
was hooping
to
with that
do
one.
a kip up and
And
looked
almost
awful.
fucked it up.
Looked awful.
It did look, yeah, I saw her butt hit the ground. That was not the best kip up I've ever seen. But she was doing well other than that. I don't really understand. Obviously, it's like total filler. I thought they would do something with like the briefcase, like, oh, we're gonna like Tiffy's gonna think about cashing in again, but we didn't do that. So yeah.
Still got to get to her new briefcase.
Yeah, that's true. I was kind of surprised they didn't bust that out. She'll probably have it at SummerSlam or something. When she runs out and cashes in on Nia Jax.
Yep. Does Nia and Tiffany win this? I can't remember.
Yeah, Nia Jax hit Bailey with an Annihilator, and she sat on her, and then
Yep, sat on her. Yep, Yokozuna finish. Oh yeah, she was wearing blue.
She was the Mad Blueberry tonight.
The Mad Blueberry, as we refer to her.
Yep.
With all due respect, of course.
Yeah.
Because of the color.
Yeah. She's, I don't know, she was fine. So was Tiffany Stratton. They're all fine. Nobody was going crazy, really. Obviously, it was a filler match, so I think probably they were like, don't, go hurt yourself 2 weeks before SummerSlam, a week before SummerSlam on this random filler match on SmackDown.
And that was SmackDown.
No,
we did have Solo Sikoa promo, which
Solo
was basically
Sikoa,
the same one we've been seeing. But
well, actually, this time though, we did get a Roman Reigns jump scare where he said, if Roman Reigns got a problem with this, then he can come and I will lay him out through a table like I did the rest of them. So Roman's coming back, basically, is what he said.
Yep, does seem that way.
He said, wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Do you think people are going to be disappointed if Roman doesn't show up?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess you could hold it off till Survivor Series, but
oh god,
that would be pretty painful. And SummerSlam is it's the next big show. It's like it's the big four. So
yeah, I think I would be. The only way you could even remotely make that work is if, like, you'd have to have Solo win the belt. Then I feel like in order to make that work, because like, what does Solo do if Roman doesn't come back now? Like, wait, he's got no direction after that. I guess he could try again, but it's kind of lame. So I think Roman's got to come back. Now the real question is,
Solo.
I love you, Solo. I love that man. Not Solo. I love Jake. The real question is, are Jimmy and Paul Heyman coming back with him?
Ooh, chills. It was crazy.
Jimmy Uso chills.
Aura. Him and his devious ass theme song.
He was born a king.
All right. Well,
So that was
that was
SmackDown.
SmackDown, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep. How many booms you giving it, Morgan?
Boom! Boop. 1.5
Oh, you're gonna give it
booms
1.5? Yeah, I guess I would
to
give it
Raw's
1.5.
3.
Yeah, because I was gonna say 1, but when I really think about it, like none of the matches were terrible, and I like the tag matches had a lot of mid, but there was also some good. There was just also some
With this
really
card,
bad,
it could
really
have been
nothing
much
in this one.
worse, and it wasn't.
Yeah,
So,
I
for what
agree.
it's worth, good job.
And you could have had a lot worse card. I mean, there was not really any jobbers in here, at least. Like we weren't like throwing in a complete Cameron Grimes wasn't in the tag gauntlet.
Damn.
All right, no offense to Cameron Grimes. Who's the other guy Braun killed? Kale?
I have no idea.
I'm pretty sure his name was Kale. So yeah, those two dudes, that would have been bad. I mean, we were in a little bit dire straits, but it wasn't quite that bad. We could have been worse.
I agree.
But mostly fill area is pretty mid. I'd give it a boo, boo as well. It was bow time. It was not bow time actually, which is kind of sad. There was no bow time this week. I don't think.
Time. 0 bow time this week.
Yep. But now that we're done with SmackDown, we can talk about our legacy layup for the week.
Legacy layup.
Which again, to reiterate, was the 1998 SummerSlam tables, ladders, and chairs match between the Dudley Boys, the Hardy Boys, and Christian and Edge.
Indeed.
Do you have any thoughts on this one, Morgan? As somebody that had probably, I assume, seen it before.
Banger.
And a banger, okay. So
it's not as good as their WrestleMania.
Not as good as the one where Jeff Hardy got speared off a ladder or something? Yeah.
That is one of the best Mania matches of all time, in my opinion.
Yeah, with probably why you can't find it anywhere.
Yeah, but this one, pretty good. Oh yeah, we did do our Hoopers of the Week.
Oh shit! Oh my bad. Sorry.
Track that, ladies
I
and gentlemen.
apologize.
Put pause on that one. Hooper of the Week for me, CM Punk.
CM Punk? He
didn't do anything. He just showed up.
That makes him your Hooper of the Week?
Yes,
okay.
Sir. Go ahead with you.
I guess that's fair. This was hard. Picking a Hooper of the Week because there was not a lot of hooping this week, to be honest.
True.
I struggle. I think my Hooper of the Week is going to be Braun for the spear he hit at the end of his match that literally killed Ilya Dragunov.
Yeah. Oh god. Yeah, that looked awful. It looked good, but it looked painful.
Yeah. So I think he's plus he was pretty good in general. He's always pretty good. So I think Braun's gonna get my Hooper of the Week. I did want to give an honorable mention. I felt like I should because I gave my Hooper of the Week last week to Bo Dallas, and I think I gotta give him an honorable mention for the crispiness of that Sister Abigail.
Very crisp.
It was. Do you have an honorable mention for this week?
My honorable mention would probably be Braun. Yeah, I agree.
Braun. Yeah, he's pretty good. I mean, CM Punk. I don't know if I can give him Hooper of the Week for not doing anything. But he is cleared now, which is I appreciate, and he was there.
He was there. Woo! All right,
Woo-hoo!
back to Legacy Layup.
Yeah, I thought the match was really good. Honestly, it made me kind of sad because I watched this match and I went, "Oh my god, they're so good. What has happened?" Like they don't make them like this anymore.
They don't. That's literally what I thought while I was watching it. I said they just don't do it like this anymore. Like
I was going. It was crazy. I mean, Jeff Hardy did he leapfrogged over a ladder to do a leg drop on somebody, and then what's the Bubba Ray Dudley? That's his name, the white one. Yeah, he got thrown off a ladder through four total tables, 2 levels of table. It's crazy. They do this the women got kind of close to this in their Money in the Bank match, but the tag teams are certainly nothing like this anymore. They're all so lame compared to this.
Yeah, tag teams back in the day used to be so good. You had such a stacked. All of these guys became notable in their own rights.
Yeah.
I guess maybe Devon is the exception. Devon didn't really do much, but Bubba Ray did Bully Ray and TNA, which was pretty big for TNA at least. But
yep, obviously Jeff Hardy and Matt Hardy are very famous, especially
blew
Jeff.
Up. Matt didn't get his moment until a bit later, but yeah, everybody in this went on to do great solo stuff, and they were just tag teams back in the day. Like that's just how it
Yeah.
was. Like you just had all these people.
Yeah, we need to start doing that. Throw some of these
Yeah.
guys that are like not really doing anything, make them tag teams, please. Like, I don't know, Kevin Owens, just put him in the tag. I don't care. Like, let him do something that's not the bloodline, please.
Yeah.
I don't know. So yeah, they were really good though. I thought it was cool. I've never seen like I don't know how old he was, but it was really funny seeing Jeff and Matt Hardy. Like they looked so young.
Yeah.
Like I've only ever seen them recently where they like I mean they don't look like super old or anything, but like they looked it was crazy. I
It's
was like, whoa.
Jeff stayed pretty limber up until the past like 5 years, I would say. Somehow, even though he
Yeah.
was constantly trying to kill himself.
Yep.
Matt though, I remember when I started watching, Matt had kind of lost a lot of his like movement in his like knees, and
Mhm.
he just walked very stiff.
Yeah.
And yeah, you definitely see it with him, or at least I do. Like going back and watching those older matches, like
Mhm.
him and Jeff look almost indistinguishable.
Yeah.
Which to think that was ever the case is pretty crazy looking now.
I agree. I thought that was interesting too, that Matt looked like I've only ever seen Matt Hardy as like broken Matt Hardy where he's like got the fuzzy hair and everything. So
But
it
yeah,
was pretty interesting to see him, like you said, look pretty similar to Jeff.
yeah. These big spot matches like this, and there is a reason for it to be a TLC match. It's not just doing it for the sake of it, because that's all of their respective like things.
Yeah.
Like
I heard them say that. I knew that I thought the Dudley boys, I thought it was really cool that they were like the crowd was loving the like when they were like get the tables and the crowd was going crazy. I thought that was cool.
and
And
he
then
went, Devon, kill him.
yeah, I thought that was pretty funny too. And then I thought I will say I really liked the match and they were all great. However, it was like you had the Dudley boys who were like, oh, the get the tables guys, and they were really cool. And you had obviously the Hardy brothers who were great and with their ladder shenanigans. And then you just kind of had Edge and Christian there. And I mean I know Edge and Christian are like considered very good and everything, but the most notable thing they did in this match was spear Lita.
When Edge almost killed Lita.
Yeah, it looked like she slammed her head on a ladder. I was
She
like
did.
genuinely very concerned.
I was
Yeah,
gonna bring that up, like the amount of like coordination that has to go into this match is crazy, because that spot where you can say this for when Bubba Ray fell off too,
mhm.
but that's a little more like if he had fucked that landing up, that would have been awful. He would have probably died.
Yeah.
But with Matt, he fell. There was a lot less room for him to fuck up when he
Yeah.
fell like off the side into like the two tables. Because if he had just been a little closer, like to the lower like downward part of the ring, he would have just whacked his head against the barricade.
Yep.
Like, and it really looked like he cut it close there. That's almost happened a few times in AEW where like people have tried stuff like this. And man, it's just crazy that this match is as good as it is.
Yeah, that's probably why they don't do stuff like this as much anymore because people get hurt.
Totally fair.
Yeah,
But damn.
just very justifiable. Like, oh, that was another thing I noticed was that this was, we watched this in like an official WWE YouTube video, and I noticed that when Edge and Christian got their little chairs and they slammed people in the head, they cut it out.
Yeah, they did cut the CT
They were like,
shots. Yep.
we are not promoting this in any way. Very, very anti CTE chair headshots.
Yeah,
Which yeah.
The concerto is an illegal move now. It's
Yeah. I think I'm fine with that. I think the chairs are less interesting to me anyway. I mean, like seeing a dude get hit on the head is like cool, I guess, but like, I don't know. You can hit him in a lot of places.
yeah, places that won't
Whereas
cause
like,
brain damage.
yeah, exactly. Like I don't know. Like I said, it felt like we had the really cool table stuff, the really cool ladder stuff, and then we had a couple dudes with chairs. I know it's probably pretty slanderous because I know people love Edge and Christian, especially Edge, but like they weren't really doing all that much. Literally, like I said, it was just like they were there, and then Lita came out to cost them the match. Which was this in the middle of like the live sex celebration stuff?
No, she was aligned with Matt and Jeff. They were Team Extreme.
Okay. Was this before or after?
This was before, way before.
Okay. Gotcha. Interesting. Okay. So yeah, they did that. That was cool, I guess. Do you agree? Do you disagree? What do you think about, Edge and Christian in this match?
I mean, when I would go back and watch these matches as a kid, it was always for Matt and Jeff, mainly Jeff.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't really look back. I mean, Edge and Christian were more relevant in the Mania match, the ladder match, obviously, because that one big spot.
Yeah.
But that it feels like they just did more in that, which I think that was strictly just a ladder match, so it was a lot more focused. But I love this match. I think it's definitely not as good as the other one, but it's good.
Yeah, I agree. It was really, really good. I'm not trying to say that like Edge and Christian being slightly less involved and slightly less meaningful made it bad. It was a very, very good match. This is the best tag team match I have ever seen by far. Not even close. Everything else, this starts at 5. Now everything else automatically gets moved down to like a 3.5 or a 4. I can't even think of anything that would be close. Yeah, for sure. It would be cool to see some of the, like, I know it's not that old, but like seeing some of the, I know the Usos even like weren't they like still notable in like the mid 2000s even?
I think they came on in like the 2010s, like early 2010s.
Okay.
So I remember seeing them debut.
What are some other tag teams, Morgan, that I might not know about? Some older ones, other than the ones that we have watched in this Legacy Layup.
I'll do some homework throughout this week, and maybe for future Legacy Layups, we can do some tag team stuff.
Cool.
But yeah, is that you want to wrap it up?
Yep, that's pretty much it. That's all we got. Oh, how many booms are you getting?
Boom, 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 boom.
Oh,
4.5.
a 4.5. Does anything get a 5 for you?
The original match, probably.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the WrestleMania one. Okay, that's fair. Well, I mean, I think this is gonna start out at 5 booms for me. Boom, 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 boom.
Very cool.
Until I see that one. I've never seen it. The only thing I've ever seen of that match was when Jeff Hardy got speared off a ladder.
So sick.
Which, yeah, very, very cool objectively. But I don't know. The rest of the match could be terrible for all I know.
You want to sign us off?
Yep. All right, everybody. Thank you for watching this week's episode of Hoopers. Check us out on Spotify, YouTube. You can find us at we're PW
Amazon.
Hoopers, right?
Hoopers PW.
Hoopers PW. Okay. Or on Amazon?
We're on Amazon, I think. I don't know.
We're definitely on Spotify.
We're out there.
If you watch, kiss a friend, tell a friend.
Ooh.
Get the word out. We appreciate it. And thank you.
Thank you.
Bye bye.